Hello there, this is Cookies. And I've got turn 94 of LA Erytheia. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Just getting going on this, I think it's a Sunday for today for these recordings. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So we got 1,000 gold from Ulm. This was Ulm being nice because he has a lot of money, but then uh, it looks like Satis is overcast of Gift of Nature's Bounty. So that doesn't bode well for us. And then we have a magic phase fight in the Royal Forest. So this is our Tartarian that we've kitted out. And the goal of this Tartarian is to take our Farcaster Bless, a bunch of pen gear, and try to opposition spam this Golem. So we'll see how that works. So it does do one. Ooh, we almost get the Golem. So we've got 27 against 28. Another one. Oh, but now the corpse candle is drawing it. Alright, all done. So only got one good roll attempt in. Alright, and the target sent home. Then we had 4 mystics killed. And we're actually taking pretty significant mage attrition from astral corruption on these horror marked mages. Let's see. And then we've got a battle in the Green Coast. So Satis attacking us. So this looks like a little bit of a gem bait party. Or just a raiding group. Alright. Definitely strong enough to accomplish that goal. Alright. No casualties for Satis. We managed to send out our group against the Bulwark, so this is our squad for trying to steal Anthrax here. So one of the things we noticed was fire elementals are mindless and corpse candles are mindless, but Anthrax is not mindless. So the goal here is to enslave mind, spam him, and then the fire elemental should go away. So we've got a little bit of a communion set up here. We've got this guy for creating just some imps, and the imps will be really difficult for the fire elementals to kill because they have a flame strike, but imps have great fire resistance. We have a few tomb worms here as a distraction, some terracotta guys, also fire resistant. There's red cattle, also fire resistant. And a twice-born troll shaman who is nature 3, who's going to try and get off some charm casts as well. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. Alright. Alright, so we get the good old charm on Anthrax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So looks like the 7th roll ended up working out. Cool. That means these fire elementals are missing magic leadership. And yeah, we had some liquefy to help cripple fire elementals that got too close. Alright. Unfortunately, he is a unit. I don't think we ever got through the script enough for this guy to come up and try and charm him. Apparently not on advancing cast, so I think I might have just straight up screwed that up. Alright. But we do get him, so we've got the King of Banefires, so all we need to do is get him back and Gift of Reason him. Or, oh, what's the other version of that? Divine Name him. So, and then we'll have a commander. So, I don't know. It's like we spend some mage turns, and maybe we can get like a really nice army caster if we spend like 20 gems rather than summoning them some other way. In Doomna, we get attacked. Let's see. Did we have much here? Okay, I think we had an army here. Yeah, so we have this little army here. This looks like a gem burn. They have not been blessed yet, so the turn 1 Pillar of Fire doing a little bit of work. Do have a little vampire thug. Or I guess just some armor for him casting. It doesn't look like this triggered gem usage. So that's good for us. We steal the vampire. So that's another thing we'd have to spend 20 gems on, but we could turn into a commander. Unfortunately, our Pearl and Nature gems are our most used gems, so I doubt we're gonna make the effort for this guy. Under better circumstances, we might. But and let's see. So yeah, we lose 16 mages. Okay, so this is something I missed, kind of showing you. Unfortunately, we do manage to burn this communion out. I can show you that really quick. There you go. You see them start dropping. So, unfortunate. So we do manage to lose 16 mages just from this small force. So, and not only that, but they're the harder to replace Staducos. Not necessarily harder, more expensive to replace, I guess. And Ecnophail. Let's see, we've got another small Sitis raiding group, but just fighting some PD. In Kimmery, looks like we might get gem baited. So there's a reborn here with some snakes. But this is the one that we just kind of threw together, so it's kind of okay if we get gem baited here. Yeah, so we do get gem baited, but that's fine. Are these snakes blessed? Alright, so maybe we can get some free snakes. Alright, so we burn some gems, we get a few snakes. Definitely efficient for Sitis. I only pick up 11 snakes, he burns gems on this group. So, continuing to attrit my forces down. In Humane, let's see, we have another small raiding group. Just fighting just some PD though, so that's fine. And then we had 2 battles, one at our fortress in Raga, which was empty, So we get stormed by a couple hundred snakes, and they find one mystic. And in Gorillion, yeah, storms another empty fort. Somehow loses a Sarumancer, though. I'm assuming wall archers or crossbows. This army has a lot of the things. Big earth, big astral, big water, big air. Let's see, we have some blood. Does have some blood slaves too. Yep. The Wailing Winds, Rigor Mortis. So most of the things that you would need to try and take a fort off of me, and specifically this is probably the army that's throne bound for taking this throne off of me. So we'll have to see what kind of defense we can put together. We gain some province income, gain some unrest, and we get a couple of liches back. Alright, so it's looking pretty dire. We've lost Straga, we've lost the smaller outer forts around our throne. We've lost well, our attempt on this throne has failed, and we've got two huge armies kind of bearing down on us. The last fort for Arco is about to fall, and then that'll put our capital under threat. Or these very rich Kalem lands, which is also a lot of our gold. Like, Joman is 700 gold. So, and this forest probably can't take those lands from us. Maybe this one could, but it might have to contend with Ulm. And so I think I can hold this as long as the snakes are distracted elsewhere, at least for the next few turns. But things are looking very dire up north of this river. So in terms of what we've got planned this turn, we're forging a Starfire thing, but I probably should just use this guy. But it's to give him a little bit more range. So we can, because I think we're, yeah, standing him at the front, it'd be nice to stand him further back if possible. And then we're going to go ahead and move in on and take a fight with the army on Arco's fort. So we've got a Mage Ball, we've got some Hoplites mixed in with some Solas. We have a bunch of Solas out front. The Solas are deployed in a way where if they get stolen, hopefully we can react. So a lot of the Solos are up front here near soldiers. These Solos are mixed in with Hoplites. These Solos are out in front where hopefully we can deal with them. In terms of spells for this army, it's a little bit more limited. So we've got Anti-Magic, Power of the Spheres, Damage Reversal, Rush of Strength. What else do we have? Relief, Howl, Mass Regen, Serpent's Blessing, Army of Giants. And Life After Death, Power of the Spheres again. Yeah. We're still rocking a lot of turn 1 Evas. They haven't been very effective at hitting the mages leading these snake groups because the snakes have so much HP. So coming back to this from a few turns in the future, probably should have maybe tried something else, but I was also very concerned about Winds of Death spam. So this was my way of trying to send some sort of Winds of Death caster home before they could hit the army repeatedly. And Pillar of Fire and Paralyze can be decent for that. Oh, and we've also got a couple of casts of Master and Slave. So the idea is yeah, which is why we should have sent the Tart in again. So that was a mistake. So the idea was you send in the Tart, you destroy the Golem, and then the Hesperide can come in and do a bunch of Master and Slave, steal the snakes, and maybe we can take a cleanish fight where we get a bunch of snakes and we can field a new army from that. Let's see, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Let's see, it's been a little bit, but I believe we were catching up on what I was doing to try and defend this throne. So right now it's not cracked just yet, so we're going to go ahead and pick up some summons here. And we're going to continue moving our main army back. So this is what it looks like. And we're doing a move and patrol, just in case. So we've got a lot of the same spells, although we might not have the gems for them. So like this guy is out of blood slaves. And some of these guys are just in the garrison. This guy's also just blood hunting. But generally speaking, we have a large communion moving in. It's got, I think, just not a lot of gemmed spells. So it's probably a little artificially weak. We do have some of the nature buffs like relief, mass regen, Serpent's Blessing, Hell, Divine Blessing, Will of the Fates, yep, Army of Lead, and let's see, I think that's a lot of it. Rush of Strength. Vulnerability, Undead Mastery spam, that could be fun. Yeah, I think that's most of it. We're also building up some mages in the underwater forts next to it. And the plan is we're going to have to try and rescue this fort. So we're going to do a move and patrol into this fort to make sure we don't get locked in, and then merge with everyone onto this fort, and hopefully we can lift the siege. It's possible that we'll get attacked by, and this force is going to move back as well. So it's possible we get attacked from snakes in this fort, but I don't think they can, 100 of them, I don't think will beat us. So I think we can keep our fort from getting locked down there. And then we're going to go ahead and move this force that you just saw onto this fort. Just see if we can lock it down. I don't think it can beat the army, but we'll see what it can do. And then we're going to move our throne defense. So we moved it from here to here, and now we're going to move it in the province just south. It'll secure a line of retreat, and we can do potentially a little bait, so we could move the main army onto the fort if this army gets like flames from the sky or something. And in this one, we have Divine Blessing, because we have a bunch of these. I keep wanting to call them Pearl Guard, but they're soldiers of the setting sun with pearl blades. We have a ton of hoplites, Army of Lead, Fanaticism, Firestorm, Will of the Fates, Light of the Northern Star, Anti-Magic, Mass Regen, Army of Giants, Firefend, Weapons of Sharpness, Doom, Life After Death, Serpent's Blessing, Power of the Spheres, Howl, and Frostfend, Relief, a lot of the big spells. Storm. Storm is on my short list for every battle, because flying snakes are terrifying. And we've got Fog Warriors, Ground Army, and more Weapons of Sharpness. So I think that's it. So potentially, almost assuredly we'll have one big fight. I don't know if we could have up to 3, but I think we'll just have one. And this one might get gem baited, is my guess. But we'll just have to see how it goes. So, anyways, thanks for hanging around. Took me a few hours to put this one together, and I'll see you next time in turn 95. Have a good one.